Hey, Michelle Wilson with Wilson Legal here. I wanted to talk to you today about questions you should be asking when you hire an attorney. We want you to have a great experience with an attorney that you hire, even if it's not us. So we're going to give you some tips to look for and questions to ask. First up, calls, meetings, and emails. Oh my. This is one topic that is a hot topic for a lot of clients. Attorneys not calling back when a client wants them to, or expects them to, or not responding to an email. Every law firm functions a little bit differently, and lawyers have things they're really good at, or maybe things they're not good at. So when you hire an attorney, one of the things you need to ask is, how do you guys answer and respond to phone calls? Who should I expect to hear from, and how quickly? Here at Wilson Legal, we answer the phone when you call if we have staff available, and we have at least 2 or 3 people available to answer your call all the time when our business is open. You can also leave a voicemail and expect a response back the same day or the next day. And it's probably not going to be from the attorney you called if it was an attorney you wish to speak to. It might be, but attorneys often return calls the next day or the same day if it's scheduled or in the schedule for them to be able to do it. Let me tell you how it works for me. I block my time on my calendar, and that's so that if you're a client with me and we have a meeting, you have 100% of my attention. I'm not going to be interrupted because somebody else called and it wasn't on the calendar. Every day I have 2 blocks of time of 30 minutes each, typically right after lunch and at the end of the day at 4:30 or even 4 o'clock, when I return 1 to 4 phone calls for people and clients who have, let's say, a 10 or 15 minute question, right? If you have a 10 or 15 minute question, my staff will put you in one of those return call blocks, and you'll know that if the phone rings at 1 or 1:30 or 4 or 4:30, that it's probably your attorney calling to answer that question you had, and we'll be able to answer the question and keep moving forward. Here's how it works with emails here too. If you send an email, that's fabulous. We love getting contact information in email because it's not difficult to understand how a name is spelled. We're not having to figure out what your handwriting was, and is that an R or is that a T, right? So that's really fantastic. We love getting emails with contact information. If you have questions in an email and you want answers pretty soon, I ask you to call the firm. Make sure that we have a time set aside for us to review your questions. If it's going to take longer than 10 or 15 minutes, we'll need to set aside a special slot of time for us to be able to talk together. And that'll be your spot. No one else gets that spot. Other attorneys answer emails when they can get to them. Sometimes it's 1 in the morning. Sometimes it's weeks later. So just be sure to ask the attorney, hey, are you good at emails? And if you're not good at answering emails, what's the best way for me to get in touch with you? Have that upfront conversation before you hire them so that you don't get that unwelcome surprise of not getting the answer you wanted as quickly as you wanted it. Now let's talk about meetings for a minute. A lot of other firms and attorneys will schedule the next meeting in a process when you get done with the step that comes right before that. At Wilson Legal, we do things a little bit differently. We're going to schedule your meetings up front. What does that do for you? Well, first of all, it's going to reserve your spot in my calendar so that no matter how many clients we have come into the firm, no one's getting your spot. Okay, what does that mean? That means that we can get you done with your plan in about 6 weeks. And we can even do it in 4 weeks if you want to combine a couple of steps together, a couple of meetings together. You're going to know in advance when you're coming back and what we'll be talking about. At other firms, you're going to find it might take you a lot longer to get done with the process of setting up an estate plan. You might get frustrated not hearing from your attorney or not being able to get on their schedule. We eliminate those frustrations here at Wilson Legal. We want the best for you, and we want to respect your time. And when we create a process or a system, we create a system thinking about your schedule and your time and making sure that you're going to be able to enjoy the process, and it's going to blend in with whatever else we know you have going on in your busy life. So we hope to see you soon here at Wilson Legal. That's how we handle calls, meetings, and emails, or at least how I do. And I hope that you have a good experience with the next attorney that you hire.